The children now love luxury. They have bad manners, contempt for authority. They show disrespect for elders and love chatter in place of exercise. Children are now tyrants, not the servants of their households. They no longer rise when elders enter the room. They contradict their parents, chatter before company, gobble up dainties at the table, cross their legs, and tyrannize their teachers. Socrates, 500 BC. Now, that is one of my favorite quotes ever. I didn't fact check it to see if actually Socrates said it, but I asked my father about how I was when I was a kid. He said I was a crazy kid. I remember hearing that my whole life. I asked my grandmother how my father was, and my father was a tyrannical child as well. And then I asked my grandmother, what would your mother say about you? And she would say, yeah, I was pretty much a bad kid. So as far as tyrannical children go, it's pretty much in our family, and it could go back as far as Socrates. So it's with us. But what I want to do is separate you from some of the children that are now. What I think this quote sort of addressed children and the nature of children and parents' view on children for over the decades, for centuries for that matter. What is a marked or clear difference in children of before and children of this generation is that there is a clear lack of critical thinking involved in their lives. They've grown up differently. And where my critical thinking skills has mostly come a lot of times from school, but a lot of times from interaction with my parents and working through issues of life and stuff like that. There's a clear difference with the advent of the phone and other media that has really separated that sort of communication skills and interaction with parents and children that pass on those sort of life skills. A lot of life skills now for kids are all from their phone, all from social media, all from school. We got two parents working now rather than have one parent at home, where there's a lot of distance between the actual parental and child relationship that didn't exist 40 years ago. There was a lot of commonality in thinking and culture and carrying forward how things are thought about and processed 40, 50, 60 years ago than they are now. Now most of our worldview is coming from a source outside of the family unit, and therefore we are being fed what to think rather than being taught how to think. And we will look at the consequences of our thinking being controlled in the next episode.